Welcome back, folks. We're going to talk a little bit today about our illustrious president, BHO, and we're going to talk about his lack of knowledge when it comes to economics. He recently said, we can't go back to this brand of you're on your own economics. To which one of my favorite economists, Walter Williams, replied, I'm guessing what the president means by and finds offensive in you're on your own economics is that it's a system in which people are held responsible for their actions, that they take risks and must live with the results, that people can't force others to pay for their mistakes, and that they can't live at the expense of other people. Now, I want to take a minute to really delve into the president's attitude. We can't go back to this brand of you're on your own economics. And the first thing to say is, why not? Why can't we? What's wrong with individual responsibility, individual accountability? The single greatest failing of communism, socialism, fascism, all forms of collectivism is that they crush initiative. Initiative is a muscle. If you want to do 1,000 push-ups, you can't get down today and do 1,000 push-ups. You got to start, depending on what kind of shape you're in, you might have to start with 1 or 10 or 20. But if you start doing whatever your limit is, say you can do 20 push-ups today, and you do 20 today, and you do 20 tomorrow, and then by the end of the week you're doing 25 or 30 or 50, and the end of the year you're doing 250 at a time, and the end of 2-year period of doing push-ups every single day, you're doing 1,000 push-ups. I can remember when I was 13 years old and in the Boy Scouts, and one of the assistant scoutmasters, Boots Sanborn, great guy, naval guy, served on submarines in World War II. He made a comment about, you think you can do more push-ups than me? And Boots was a big, strong guy, but I figured I was young, I was healthy, I'd just done my physical fitness test, and, I'd beat everybody in my school and got my little, John F. Kennedy Presidential Award for being in the top 0.1%, everything. Yeah, I can do more push-ups than you, Boots. And we got down and started doing push-ups. Boots didn't start sweating until he was at about 250 push-ups. He crushed me. But you know what? Boots was used to doing 500 push-ups a day. When he went to his shift, his 24-hour shift at the fire department, he'd get down and, he'd rap out 200 push-ups like it was nothing. Initiative is a muscle. You want to exercise initiative, you've got to have a system that's supportive of you exercising initiative. The single greatest failing of all forms of collectivism is that they crush human initiative, which is just a fancy way of saying they crush the human spirit. They disrupt the individual's attempt to gain control over their own life. At every turn, the collectivist government, the socialist, the progressive, the communist, the fascist government is in the business of teaching you who's in control, and it ain't you. Now, the problem with that in the United States of America is in our mission statement, the Declaration of Independence, it says that we hold, you and I, our culture, our common approach to life holds the following to be self-evident: that all people are created equal, and they are endowed by their Creator, by God Almighty, with certain inalienable rights, and among those are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That's what exercising initiative is all about. You have to get up as an entrepreneur, as an independent business person, as an artist, as someone with a passion and an idea. You've got to get up and be on fire with that idea, and you've got to bring it into being every single day. You give birth to that idea every day. Steve Jobs didn't have an epiphany and look at his buddy Wozniak and say, Apple computer, and it burst from his head full grown like Athena out of Zeus. That's not what happened. Steve Jobs got up every single day, and by sheer force of will, the exercise of initiative, he brought Apple computer into being. He brought the iPhone, the iPad. the iPod, everything. It was an act of initiative, an act of will. The reason that Steve Jobs and Wozniak, his buddy, middle-class white kids in a suburban area in California who weren't college guys, weren't even hooked into the honor society in high school. They were guys who were on fire with an idea. Why did they create the third biggest industry on earth, right behind energy and right ahead of illegal drugs, the computer industry? Why did they create it? Initiative. What is the one thing that President Obama wants more than anything else to drive out of you and every other American? Initiative. We can't go back to this brand of you're on your own economics. We can't survive unless we go back to you're on your own economics. You have to take the initiative to create, through an act of will and passion, the life you wish to lead. If we don't do that individually and as a nation, we're over. God bless you. God bless the United States of America.